Welcome to Football Pro Predictions. In this video series I'll give you an introduction to the site, what it is designed to do and how members can use it to find football predictions, review up and coming matches and make better informed decisions. Whether you're already a member or you're considering joining, this series will show you how the platform works, where to find the key information and how to get the most value from the tools and results available. This is video 3, Strategy Bets. From the navigation bar we select Strategy Bets and it brings us to this page. As you can see, it's grouped by bet by today, tomorrow and Wednesday. It's currently Monday the 18th of May, so these are up and coming predictions for today. As you can see, there are 30 on today's selected day. Each section is divided by tier, so we have tier 1, which is the best bets, tier 2, which is very strong bets, and tier 3, which is a value watch list. It's still profitable long term, and I will show you that shortly, but we will go through each tier in turn. So we click to show the selections today, and each bet has its own card showing the date and time of kickoff, the value that can be had from the bet, the league, the teams, and what the bet actually is. So this is home team over 1.5 goals, so we are expecting Kerala Blasters to score over 1.5 goals. It says here not selected, no longer value, which means that something has changed, some odds or something has changed, which means that this bet is no longer value. However, we might want to check to have a look at some different bookmakers to see if we can get better odds. By clicking select, it sends it to the bet tracker. If we look at the next bet, again, it's the same day, time, kickoff, value. In fact, it's the same match, this time for over 3.5 goals. The bookmaker, the Betfair Exchange, we can get the best odds at 4.22. We can change those odds if we need to. And it gives us the Kelly stake, and the Kelly stake is based on a £100 bankroll with 10% Kelly or 0.1 fraction. That's a very, very conservative Kelly stake and can be changed. So if you would like to do it at, say you start with a bankroll of 1,000 rather than a bankroll of 100, you would times this figure here by 10. So as we can see, there's a third bet under the best bets, and that's Albright in Sweden for a home win. Odds of 4.1. I've just managed to change that as coming across it. If you select, it then says already in the bet tracker for best bets. And we can select again. There we go. So it's now put both those two bets into the bet tracker. I'm not going to select this one as it's no longer value. And if we do click on bet tracker, and we go right down to the bottom, we will see that those two bets have been added here to the bottom of the bet tracker. So let's go back to the strategy bets. The same then is true of the strong bets. These are, some of them are slightly different markets. So we've got both teams to score no and under 2.5 goals. Those two markets do appear in best bets as well, but there are some markets that appear in strong bets that do not appear in the best bets. And it's the same for the value watch list. Again, it's exactly the same layout. It shows you the value. As you can see, the value on the value watch list is always a lot lower than it is under the best bets. They are the best bets for a reason. They've got the best value and they are highly profitable. And we can do that if we go into view strategy backtest results. This will then give us, using a staking method of Kelly, it will give us our profit. So this is all the tier 1 bets here, and we can look at the breakdown of how they were created. So the markets used: away team over 1.5 goals, away wins, both teams to score no, home team over 1.5 goals, home wins over 3.5 goals and under 2.5 goals. As you can see, there's no over 2.5 goal market there under best bets in the tier 1 strategies. The total bets for the year, because this does run for a full year, was 7,007 bets with 4,595 winners, 2,412 losers, strike rate of 65.58, an average odds of 2.44, so the strike rate is phenomenal. Using the Kelly staking, that gives us a profit of £9,160 with a return on your investment of 41.36%, which is pretty phenomenal. We could also look at the strong bets, so we can show the, let's close this, strategy breakdown. As you can see, there's some doubling up because it's calculated in a different way, each of these markets. We got the away wins, both teams scored no, home team over 1.5, home wins. And then in the value watch list, again, we've got a few different ways. We now have draws come into it. As you can see, some of these, like the profit isn't as much, and hence why it's a tier 3 bet. We can then close that down. And we can look at monthly performance. So May 2026, which is our current month, we can show the markets for the best bets. And here's the markets, how many bets we've had, how many wins, how many losses, how much you would have bet, your investment, the profit and loss on that investment. Each one has made a profit so far this month. Return on investments at all over 35%. And nice average odds, 3.22 there on the over 3.5 goals. Phenomenal, especially considering we get a return on investment there, 41%. They really are very, very profitable bets. And we can look at last month, and we can look at the best bets again and again. Each market was profitable, and March. Again, every market under the tier 1 list was profitable. I haven't looked at the tier 2 and tier 3 list, I only do tier 1 bets. Yep, there's a lot of bets there, an awful lot, but they are all profitable, all the markets there. I can almost guarantee the value watch list won't be, and it proves me wrong. They are all profitable in March. Let's try and find a losing month. That would be a bit more interesting. Yeah, there we go. We've actually got a couple of losing markets. The draw market, £8, £15 again, draw market. Some of those bets will be doubled up. They will appear twice. So these figures aren't necessarily 100% correct because there will be bets that have doubled up and appear twice. If we go back to the strategy bets, that is the basics of the strategy bets. It's very, very profitable. You can keep, you can track those bets in the bet tracker and in the bet registry, and you can make sure that you are keeping to a strict staking plan. And if you keep to that strict staking plan, you will make good profit, or rather you have made good profit in the past. And that leads me on to the next bit. In the next videos, we'll look more closely at the different areas of the site and how to read the predictions, how to review results, and how to use the information as part of your own decision-making process. Before we finish, it's important to remember that all predictions are opinions, not guarantees. Historic results, past profiles, past profits, strike rates, or previous performance do not ensure future results. Betting always carries a risk, and you should never bet more than you can afford to lose. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.